Hey everybody! We're here to go ahead and disassemble this HTC 816 to 816. This is the Virgin Mobile. A couple tools we're in need is a Torx 5 screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a nylon spudger, a couple tools to help us pry this glass piece off, and of course you will also be needing a heat gun or heat source of some sort to help you out. I'll be using a hot air soldering iron, but you can use a heat gun. People use a hair dryer. I've never tried one myself, but apparently it can be done. Just takes longer to heat the screen up to get it to where it's pliable to get removed. So a couple of things that we need to go ahead and do is make sure the phone is powered off. You can undo the flap right here and see that there might be some stuff you need to take out if you have a micro SD card, or if you have a SIM card you can pop that out as well. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is take a pick of some sort. We'll use a guitar pick here. We're going to go ahead and insert it on the side of the phone and slide it down. This will go ahead and help us pop the back off. There's little clips that hold it in. The corners can be a little bit tricky. If you get a spot where it doesn't want to pry away, just put your tool in that you're using, either your nylon spudger or a guitar pick. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth and get it to kind of pop off. You do need to get all of them off. It seems like right here at this top piece is the trickiest of all. So we're just going to put our pick in and wiggle it back and forth. See if we can't get it to come clean for us. There we go. Now it's okay if this little flap pops off. We'll reinsert it in the reassembly process. So now you can see that we have the back of the phone. It's much different than you'd see in an M7 or an E8 or any of the One devices, which is pretty nice. This is going to be a little bit more of a typical phone. So we're going to undo all 6 Torx 5 screws, the 2 at the bottom and the 4 in the top portion. Four more to go. And just the one last one up here at the top left. Now with those out, what we can go ahead and do is pop this battery connector out of the logic board slot. And it's pretty easy. It just go ahead and pulls up. And basically the battery is going to pry out. What we'll do is we'll actually leave that battery in there until we get this rear housing off of the phone. Make it a little bit easier to pry out of there. So we're just going to use our nylon spudger, basically put it around the corners and see where it's clipped in and try to work those free. Looks like there's a clip right here near the vibration module, a little round thing. You want to be careful right here near the volume and the power button section. So we're just going to pop over to the other side here, see if we can't find a better free area. I'm not sticking my spudger in very deep. I don't want to ding any of the brass connectors you might see. See right here above the battery starting to pull up for us. There's a connector right here where it wants to reattach itself. So we're just going to pry right around here. Now it looks like maybe one of the best places to start is just putting your spudger in near the metal housing on the back and prying towards you. We're just going to wiggle it back off. That'll let the connector pop free. We're just going to do this on all sides of it here. My spudger broke off just a little bit. It's been well used apparently. Might take a little bit to get it free. May have to work the portion right here. You see how that popped up the vibration module portion, prying just right in front of it. We'll work our way up the back here as well. There we go. Went ahead and pop free for us. It's a little fragile, so just be careful with it. Work on getting the vibration module connector out here as well. Looks like it just pulls out towards the top of the phone. Just a push-in connector. See if we can't find some leverage on top of it to kind of pull it out with. Something a little bit pointier might be helpful. There we go. Pull the black wire connector off. It just unsnaps like a button. And it looks like we have a screw in this board that we need to take out before we can go ahead and get it removed. See it right here. This is a Phillips screw, so we're just going to go ahead and grab a Phillips screwdriver real fast. Now there's some little clips that hold it in place up here at the top of the board. So you want to make sure those are unclipped. Then you can pull it forward. You can see underneath we have some connectors here. We have a pop-up ribbon cable connector. So we're going to pull this forward. Now the cables actually run underneath this battery. So what we're going to do is just going to flip this forward. There's a pull-up lever on the back side of this cable. So just using your spudger, just twist it a little bit and pull that forward. You want to be careful. These can break fairly easy. The other one's a pull-away cable. Just unsnaps. And we have our little SIM card tray slot here as well. Once you pull both those off, the top portion of the logic board will go ahead and remove for us. You have access to the front-facing camera here as well as the rear-facing camera. They use the same pull-up connector that you saw on the ribbon cable underneath the battery. So now we have the top portion out. What we can do is get a little bit easier access to the battery, and we can see where the cable runs. We want to be careful with that. Just sliding it down either side of the battery will free up the adhesive underneath it. You can see the cables running right here. Just be careful. We have adhesive on either side of the battery. We're going to go ahead and pull up this connector down here at the bottom, the little black housing. This is also secured in, just like the top one is. The connections where it's secured in is right in the middle, right above the speaker portion, right here. So we're just going to try to pry away, see if we can't get those clips to pull off for us. Just wiggling it back and forth, just trying to be careful. There are a few ribbon cables, connectors underneath this, so you want to be a little bit gentle with it. Try to see if we can't pull it away here. It looks like there might be another clip on the back side of it here as well. So you want to be careful. Right here, there's two connectors where it sits in. See, it's held down pretty good. There we go. Getting underneath it a little bit. It looks like it might have had a little bit of adhesive underneath it. Now right here below the speaker there's a connection. You might want to put your spudger in and kind of loosen it from the frame a little bit. There we go. You can see the connection point right here. Go ahead and set that aside as well. Alright, with that done, you can see that we have some connections down here at the bottom. Looks like there's some EMI fabric tape over it, so we're just going to pull this forward and reveal those connections. You can use our nylon spudger to go ahead and pop this one to the right off. The one to the left is a little bit more tricky actually. It's got some fabric tape that's holding its connection together. So it looks like we're going to have to pry this tape off of it first. We have two Phillips screws. Let's go ahead and pull these two Phillips screws to the left and right of the USB charge port out. Work on this logic board as well. Here's our black wire cable. We want to detach that because it's actually clipped in down the side of the phone there. So we can't get underneath this logic board here. It's also clipped in with the same clips that was holding the back on. So just prying forward, just being nice and gentle as we do so. See if we can't get this to pop free. There we go. There's our charge port board. So if you're looking to replace just the charge port, all I have to do is undo the bottom portion. You can actually change that out. Let's work on this fabric tape connector here. Just going to try to pull this one off. It's just a little piece of this shielding tape. We're going to set that aside. We want to reuse this, so try not to rip it. Let's see if we can't pull this ribbon cable from the top up here. So to not rip it, I'm going to pull it back from the upper left hand side. It's okay if the tape isn't perfect. It does rip pretty easy, so just be gentle with it and try to get a big piece to pull with. It's attached over the top of these two ribbon cables. We're just using these to help us pull the tape up without ripping it. Just pulling them back. The one on the right is for the digitizer, and the one on the left is the LCD connection, the display connection. So now that we have that mostly up, we can go ahead and work to pry this fabric shielding tape off the back of these cables. So just trying to work it from the middle so again we don't rip it. Alright, pull this off of the digitizer cable and glass cable. Set that aside. Alright, now we can see what we're working with on this cable here. You can actually get more leverage on it and get to the back of it as well. So the fabric tape actually wraps all the way around the cable. We can't get a flap to pull up here. So there's a connector in between it. So you can just pry it apart with your nylon spudger there, undo the connection, and then the tape will go ahead and pull off for us. Here's your little connection for the display, a connection to the charge port as well. Pull the tape off the back of the cable here. Now, I would remove to this point at least to replace the display. And honestly, I'd remove as much as possible so you don't damage anything. You can take the vibration module out, so if it's not vibrating anymore. You can also remove the earpiece speakers. We're going to pull the digitizer cable out underneath through this housing portion here, so when we remove the glass off, it's nice and free. So if you're looking to replace your speakers on your phone, if they've gone out or you've blown them somehow, you can actually use your nylon spudger and just push it down the side here, or the pick side, and pull up. Try to get a little bit of leverage against it. It does have some adhesive that's holding it in. And honestly, something that would work really well for this is a pointy metal pick, like a dental pick. Those seem to work really well for me. Much like this one here, you can see you get a little bit more leverage into it than using a nylon spudger. Trying to loose it from all the way around. There you go. You can go ahead and pull that off. You can see there's a white adhesive underneath it that holds it in place. So if you're looking to replace your top or your bottom, they're not extremely difficult to do. Go ahead and put it back in. Let's put your adhesive on, and then just push it right down into its little housing slot. Let's go ahead and pull out the vibration module here. These are pretty easy. Just put your pick underneath. There's always a little opening around them to get a pry tool in underneath. They do have some double-sided adhesive underneath them as well. There you have it. There's the disassembly of the HTC 816. If you want to watch the screen removal and replacement, go ahead and look in the description. I'll throw a link down there for that, as well as for the reassembly of the device. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.